So hi, I'm Iain Anderson, Chief Counsel at Cicero Group, and during the election we're going to do a whole series of video blogs on some of the key issues that are coming up. And the most important issue, I think the big headline that we're going to see on May the 8th, day after the general election, is going to be the surge of the SNP. All the polling evidence continues to point and continues to affirm towards that huge surge in support for the SNP. The current numbers tracking between 40 and 50 of the 59 parliamentary seats that Scotland sends to Westminster. So what exactly is going on here? Well, essentially, firstly, it's the continued wave of support for the SNP following the independence referendum last year. I think John Curtis, the famous psephologist, has put his finger spot on it. Actually, the SNP has been tracking levels of support around 45% now since the last Holyrood elections in 2011 that gave the SNP a majority in the Scottish Parliament. So 45% support in 2011, 45% yes vote in IndyRef last year. And now the SNP is tracking between 46 and 47%. One outlier recently gave them over 50%, but on average 46 to 47% of Scottish voters' support. So actually, should we be surprised by this? Well, certainly we should be surprised by the surge in membership of the SNP, and that's allowing them to have an incredibly effective ground war as well as the air war. The launch of the Labour manifesto this week, talking about fiscal rectitude, almost to me suggests that the Labour Party has given up on the idea of maintaining the Scottish seats that it has. I don't think you'd play that message into Scotland. I'm spending a lot of time there at the minute, and that message does not play in the same way that it plays in the marginal seats in the Midlands, London and the South East. So the Labour Party's placed its bet now, I think, on the basis of losing lots of those Scottish seats. Now, the interesting thing is when you poll Scottish voters, a majority of them actually don't want to see another referendum on Scottish independence, at least until 2020. So a majority of Scots don't actually want to go for independence right now, and I think that's the key to it. Still within the confines and the contours of the UK, what Scotland is likely to do on May the 7th is vote for Devo Max. And I think the conclusion that most Scots have come to is that by voting for the SNP and having a large number of SNP members at Westminster, that's exactly what they're going to get. The most important story following this election will be that SNP surge. The question is, how are they going to play their hand when they get to Westminster?